Okay, so a bunch of the witnesses take the stand, including his assistants and so forth. And at one point, the prosecution rests and the defense announces they'll be calling no witnesses at all,
Right.
including Diddy, who's not going to be taking the stand.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to the verdict. And then today, like we mentioned at the beginning, he was found guilty of the prostitution charge, but not guilty of all the serious charges. No RICO, no sex trafficking.
Right.
Which ultimately I've been saying for the last 9 months.
Yeah.
I kept saying this over and over again. Essentially, Diddy was found guilty in a federal court, costing millions of dollars for tricking.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Guilty of tricking.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. And at this point, he was guilty of 2 charges. Now, each of those charges have no minimum, but they have a maximum of 10 years. So there's a chance that the judge might give him 20 years. It's a slim chance, but we don't know. We don't know. And I remember I had Judge Mathis on here recently, who's, a former state judge. Mm-hmm. And he said when it comes to these sentencings, like even though the charges might be minor, the judge looks at all the stuff that's been said on the stand. So all this abuse, violence, alleged kidnapping, alleged arson, all this other stuff will possibly play a role in the sentencing. Right. So he might even catch a bunch of years, but we don't know yet. Or he might get time served and walk out tomorrow. We don't know.
Right.
What do you think he should get?
Well, first, I think that he should, one, be considered for time served because he's been in there about 9 months already. Mm-hmm. I can't really speculate as far as these maximum sentence, 20 years maximum for both, right?
Well, 10 years for
10 each, but 20
for both.
Together.
Yeah. If you don't run them concurrently, if you run them one after another, yeah.
Right.
That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah. I think that it seems as if they want to try to charge him with something. So I don't know if the 9-month thing is going to be enough, but you never know. It could be community service. To my knowledge, this is his first.
Yeah, it's the
first time dealing with this, right? So how much could they really give him for this? Especially when he beat all these other charges. To try to hit him with something so small, I'm not sure what the government's game would be in doing that, but I don't.
Defense could say he's not a serial tricker. Yeah. This is the first time he got caught tricking.
I hope they say it just like that. He's not a serial tricker, Your Honor.
He's not a serial tricker. He'll promise not to trick again if you give him time served.
That man can't wait for a freak out.
Well, Cassie's lawyer put out a statement right after the verdict. The statement says, the entire criminal process started when our client, Cassie Ventura, had the courage to file her civil complaint in November 2023. Although the jury did not find Combs guilty of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. By coming forward with her experience, Cassie has left an indelible mark on both the entertainment industry and the fight for justice. We must repeat with no reservation that we believe and support our client who showed exemplary courage throughout this trial. She displayed unquestionable strength and brought attention to the realities of powerful men in our orbit and the misconduct that was persisted for decades without repercussions. The case proved that change is long overdue. We will continue to fight on behalf of the survivors with the $30 million that she now has from both Diddy and Intercontinental. Yeah. This kind of sounds like sour grapes. If I were to read it.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Like we're mad that he's not getting life in prison. I mean, I'll just say it. I feel that this was proven in court, right? Sex trafficking was not guilty.
Right.
Which basically implies that Daphne and Cassie, on the whole, were willing participants, right? They weren't being trafficked. They were willing participants. So you have a woman who's a willing participant, which has been proven in court, with Diddy, gaining the lifestyle perks, having a record deal and having songs come out that never react, having fancy watches and fancy trips, to then get $20 million out of Diddy and then try to give him life in prison after the fact.
Yeah, that's
diabolical to me, man. Hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned.
Yeah.
Like, my God, you hate this man this much to do that after the $20 million and the $10 million bonus you got from the Intercontinental Hotel. So $30 million. It's kind of crazy to me.
It's crazy. I mean, here's the thing though. In these type of situations, I try to look at what these women say that they felt and what they were put through, because that's not what I know, but it's something that, it's been documented that they felt this way, even though they may have put on the game face, like they said in court, and went out and made stuff happen because they thought that this is what their partner liked and they wanted to please their partner because they loved their partner. We all do things, and after the fact, we may have regret or remorse for doing them. I just feel that, one, as a woman, this was a hard situation to try to defend against, right? To try to speak up against, especially having the text message that we have saying that they were at some point ready, that they were organizing for certain stuff.
She said, I'm always ready for a free call.
Right, they're hitting up guys that they like.
Right.
And like organizing stuff. Yeah, not just me, but like me.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a hard thing to differentiate between, because you see those and you see somebody that isn't a victim, but then you hear the aftermath and how that affected them. So, I mean, it's hard for me to kind of gauge it. I'm not discounting what they felt, but the facts in the case are that the government didn't find that there was any real demands or being placed on or being forced into these situations. It seemed as if it was amicable. So not to discount how they feel, because that's valid, but as far as the actions that were taking place, it's just doesn't add up to.
Do you feel you were sex trafficked?
I don't feel it was sex trafficked, no.